Hello everyone, Daniel here. Today I've got something else for review, and that is the Bose Smart Ultra Soundbar. It's very big and very heavy. There it is. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll unbox it and then we'll see how it performs. See you soon. Okay, so here it is. It's a very heavy box. If we look around the box, there's not a great deal said, but we've got this here where it says, "Say hello to sound that carries you away. From the quietest pin drop to the loudest car chase, hear every word and rumble with stunning clarity. And feel the power of sound." Oh, I don't know, these marketing people come up with these things. But if we see here, we've got loads of logos here. We got Alexa built in, Hey Google built in, Apple AirPlay, works with Android, I assume there's an app, Chromecast built in, that's handy, Spotify, Dolby Atmos, Wi-Fi certified, Roku ready, and Bluetooth and HDMI, obviously. So I've already ripped this bit. So let's see what we get. Right, first thing we're greeted with is start on a high note, scan here, which is the app I'm assuming I'll need. But I'll do that later. Let's unbox it first. Now, padded with very dense foam, kind of like they pack computers with, so it's got here in one piece because of that, so that's good. Take those out. Right, so there we have it. Let's just pull that out. Cool, man, it's very dense. Right, there's that. Let's put that back there. What else do we have in here? More, well, it's polystyrene really, not foam. Yeah, it's very dense though. Right, now it seems that we've got 3 sections. I don't know if there's stuff in all of them, but there's definitely stuff in this middle one. Very neat little packaging. Let's pull that. Can we pull this out? No. So what do we have in here? We've got remote control. It's covered in plastic right now, so I can't tell how it feels in hand, but it's very small and very light and plasticky. I'm not that impressed with that. Comes with an HDMI cable, that's good. Then at least you know you're getting one that's compatible with what the soundbar features. It also comes with a optical cable. It's quite handy. There's the power lead, standard figure of 8 power lead. Which we have here. I don't know. Looks like a headphone band, but I can't imagine it's that. Actually, it might be. You might put this on your head to measure the room acoustics. It's got a 3.5mm jack on the end. It looks like it may have, I think that's a microphone. Can you see that? Yeah. So yeah, maybe you put that on your forehead and it measures the room for you. We shall see. And here we have a couple booklets. Start on a high note. It said that on the box. And this is your standard worldwide warranty stuff. But this one, it looks like it's actually a instruction booklet of some kind. Yeah, it's pretty basic. That's the only page in English. So we've got place your soundbar, connect to power, set up your soundbar using the app. That's it. And these are all different languages, I assume. Yeah. Wow. I get it. Apps. are handy things, but you know, sometimes you'd want a bit more of an instruction book, but that's the way it is these days. Right, what else have we got in here? Looks like this is all... Oh, I could have pulled it out. Never mind. These look like they're empty. Yeah. So that's it for the box. Let's put that down there. And that one. Put those to one side. And let's have a look at this beauty. Right, it's not in a bag, it's just wrapped. So. So there it is. It looks like it's glass. Maybe that's why it's so heavy. I don't know, I think that might be glass. I hope it is, because if that's shiny plastic it'll be a nightmare, but glass is easier to clean. It looks like it though, doesn't it? It definitely looks like glass. So we've got just it's quite low key really for Bose. It's just got the grill on the front with the logo in the middle. Shiny top with, these are the up-firing speakers. You can just about see those there. So it looks like it does do half decent Atmos support. Obviously it doesn't have rear speakers, so it can't do the full thing. But what do we have here? So we've got, can you see in there? No, I think I'll get another angle to show you those. It's just all the inputs. Yeah, I'll try another angle to show you those. So here's the ports. We've got 4 3.5mm jacks here, which are data, bass, I assume that's for the subwoofer, Adaptique, which I think is for that head microphone thing that we found earlier, and IR, for IR blasting purposes, I think. And then on this side, there's the power input. But on this section, we've got the, oh, come on, focus camera. That's it. We've got the HDMI, eARC. There's no HDMI input, unfortunately. It's just got the one HDMI that goes to the television, but that's not too bad. It works quite well these days. And then we've got a service connection, which is a USB-C port for firmware updates and things. I don't know. And then on this side, you can just make out there's an Ethernet jack and optical input. It's quite good that it's got Ethernet, because then you can place it somewhere. It doesn't matter whether the Wi-Fi is good or not. Right, let's go set this up and see how we get on. Hi, welcome back. Now I've got the soundbar out and I've placed it where I want it to be. And I have a few thoughts. Firstly, on the design, it looks great. It's so much neater. I don't have to have a subwoofer. What's behind me would be on the floor, so I've got a bit more space, which is nice. Briefly on the sound, there's enough bass in this that I don't feel I need a subwoofer, although there are 2 Bose subs available to go with it, a small one about that size and then a larger one. I don't think I'm going to need them, but they are available. You can also get rear speakers for it to give more of the surround sound, but this does have very good surround sound. It does a sort of virtual thing, but it does fire, because it's got upward firing speakers. They fire over you and you feel enveloped by the sound. Couple thoughts on the design. It looks great. This glass top makes it look very premium, although it's a dust and fingerprint magnet, so you feel the need to clean it a lot, which is a bit of a pain, but one of the things with these modern equipment. The slight criticism I have is underneath there are no feet as such. There's just these 2, I don't know if you could see, these 2 rubber pads that only stick out from the unit, 1.5mm, 2mm at the most. And if the where you're going to place it isn't extremely flat, you'll find that it doesn't sit on those rubber pads. Some of the actual unit will sit on the unit, which is a bit of a pain, although I have got some rubber feet that I can stick on, which I might put on the corners. Didn't come with this, but I've got them from another unit, so it should be okay. I mean, I haven't heard any vibrations or anything, but it's just, it would make it feel a bit better if it sat a bit more solidly on the top there. This is quite a flat unit, but obviously not flat enough for that. Now, sound quality, which is what everyone wants to know about with these things. Excellent. I can't fault it. It's not got as much bass, I don't think, as a separate subwoofer, but let me just play. I mean, you won't be able to tell from the microphone. It's quite a good microphone, but you won't be able to tell too well. Oh, did you see then? That's another thing of my big bugbear with any of these soundbars, is obviously the processor inside it, the thing that converts the music or the film to whatever it needs to be, whether it's Dolby Digital or Atmos or DTS or whatever. It takes a few seconds for it to decode what's coming in and output. And I hoped with this being such a premium product that it wouldn't have that, but it does. So when you first start a film, when you first start a YouTube video, it sort of listens to see what the codec is before the sound then kicks in. So you miss the first 3 or 4 seconds of the video. Now in a film, that's not matter because it's all just the logos and everything. But in the YouTube video, it's quite annoying because a lot of YouTube videos start from the word go. So as soon as the sound kicks in, you've got to rewind back to the beginning and then it'll play okay. It's not a particular problem with this soundbar, it's just with a lot of soundbars. I've tried half a dozen premium soundbars that all do that, and I wish they'd put faster processors in. I think that's what the problem is, which would counter that. But anyway, let's just play this. This is some royalty-free sort of dancey music. Now, to me that bass is quite good, but if I turn it up a bit more, can you tell? That's a third of the way up, if that. It's very good. I can't fault it. That track isn't particularly bassy. I've listened to there's some YouTube videos that are just bass to test out your sound system, and it doesn't distort at all. Even I haven't gone up to full volume because I don't think my neighbours would appreciate it if I did, but it goes up to a volume that I can barely handle and it still doesn't distort, even with a lot of bass and with a lot of surround effects going on. No distortion. It looks great on the unit. The connections aren't a problem. There's only one HDMI which goes to your television, and then everything comes through the television to the soundbar. There is another digital input which you can use if you wish, but then you won't get the full Atmos sound from that because optical cables can only cope with Dolby Digital, lossy Dolby Digital, which is fine for most things, but not when when you buy a premium product. You want to use all the features. The remote is quite plasticky and small. I've lost it down the sofa a few times already because it's so lightweight. I mean, it does everything you need it to do. That comes to another slight criticism I have. There's no display on this at all, apart from a couple lights down here which you saw earlier. And unless the room is dark, you can't see them very well. So when you're sitting on a sofa, you're not quite at the right angle to see them, and it doesn't give you any indication. You just, when you turn it up, one light goes on. When you turn it down, another light goes on. When you first turn it on, the whole thing lights up and it goes across while it's sorting itself out. But that's it. There's not really anything you can decode from that one LED. So I wish it had something, even if it just came up briefly and then went away again, just a little display. even if it's just on the top, just so you knew what was happening. And there's no even indication to see that it's on. So I've left it on numerous times without realising. It doesn't use much power, I tested it, but it's still, I'd like to have a light, a subtle light, just so I know it's turned on. Anyway, that's all my criticisms. The unit is great, it sounds great. I'll just go to my conclusions next. Okay, so what do I think of the Bose Smart Ultra Soundbar? It's not in here. It's great. I can't fault it. As for TV audio that I've tried over the years, this is the best. I've tried using I had a Yamaha amplifier with 5 speakers, a subwoofer centre and the 4 sides, 4 surround speakers, and that was good, but this is better. Even just the soundbar. I'm amazed at what it can deliver from such a fairly small and neat unit. I would like to try the rear speakers, because if there's got anything lacking, there's nothing coming behind you. You do feel it over and surrounding you, but there's nothing coming behind you, and I would like to try those. They're quite expensive and they're quite hard to find at the moment, but I'm sure they'll come down. But I will try that. Maybe I'll add to this video. The one thing I didn't mention in my previous section, the app that comes with it doesn't do much. It's very minimal. You can set things, a few things about like Chromecast and that type of thing, turn things on and off, but by and large, apart from setting the bass and the treble and the actual volume, you don't need it. It's handy if you've got an iPhone. It's better for Apple, what's it called? The equivalent of Chromecast on an Apple. AirPlay, sorry. It's good for that, but yeah, you could get away without using it at all. Although without the app you can't connect it to your network, so you wouldn't be able to then use Chromecast. So it has some advantages, but it's an app that it doesn't run in the phone all the time. You just use it when you want to use it. By and large, I've hardly ever had to bring it up. So I mean, it's quite well made, but it's very simple. But my conclusions of this unit are, like I've said, it is the best home cinema TV audio I have ever tried, and I've tried lots of different soundbars, Atmos, non-Atmos, ones with rear speakers, some with not, an actual full speaker setup. Obviously I haven't tried the really expensive speaker setup where you get like the £1,000 amplifier and each speaker is a few £100, if not more, each, and the speaker cable and everything to go with it. I'm not interested in that because my room isn't big enough, and it definitely does not have the wife appeal because you've got cables everywhere. But this is perfect for the family because it's just one unit and there's no cables apart from the power cable and the HDMI, and that's it. So I would wholeheartedly recommend it if you can afford it. This is a great soundbar. I'd like to try the Sennheiser Ambio, which is another premium one soundbar setup, just to see how that compares. Maybe I'll do that in the future, but this is a great unit, and it even compares with my proper hi-fi upstairs. It's not as good for music, but it's great for TV, great for films, and it's fine for music. So great, thank you for watching. Please like the video, it helps a lot, and I'll see you again next time.